Welcome, everybody, to Mullins Over Music Podcast, episode 79, with my friend, SOUNDR. She's an EDM alternative artist with a great voice. I know you guys are going to love this episode. Sorry for such a short intro, not really much to say. I'm sick this week. So go ahead, check out the episode. The credits at the end, you won't hear me. Just go check them out in the video version. Thanks, guys. Enjoy. Welcome, everybody, to the Mullins Over Music Podcast. I'm your host, as always, at least until the aliens take over, Austin Mullins. And I'm here with a special guest today. I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you.
Hey guys, I am SOUNDR. I am an alternative vocalist, musician, songwriter, as well as dance music and EDM.
And it's awesome music, by the way, if I say so
Thank
myself.
you.
Well, as I told you right before, and as most people who watch this podcast know, we have two questions at the beginning that always starts the podcast off. And the first one is the fun fact question. I mean, you went through school, and when you got to class, they'd be like, to
Yeah,
your
the
new class.
icebreakers.
Yeah, the icebreakers. And I can't ask you what you did over the summer because summer hasn't happened yet. So yeah,
It's
fun
quickly
fact about
approaching, yeah.
yourself. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Uh, yeah, it's warm here. It's going to be 60 degrees today. We're so grateful.
It is 78 degrees here today.
Oh my gosh. Okay, a little bit envious. Okay, fun fact. I am a huge Lord of the Rings nerd.
Okay.
I love the movies. I love the books. I feel like that's probably not a very fair fun fact because I think everybody can see that on my social media and stuff. So,
Maybe a little bit.
yeah, second fun fact. The first time I ever performed in front of anybody was my kindergarten graduation, and I lip sync Britney Spears "Hit Me Baby One More Time."
That is a pretty cool fun fact.
There we go.
Not that the first fun fact wasn't fun, but that is a
Well,
more interesting
fairly
of the
known.
two.
Yes, yes.
Now, are you excited for the new Lord of the Rings movie to come out?
I am. I am. I was just ranting about this with my brother the other day. I get excited anytime there's anything new from that universe, even if it's not necessarily dead on with the books. I just love anything from it.
I started watching, what is that show? Rings of Power.
Rings of Power, yeah.
I got about 2 episodes in and then I fell asleep and haven't watched it since.
Yeah,
So,
the first season wasn't my favorite. They're doing okay now. I think yeah, there's a lot of people that have qualms with Rings of Power, but
well, I might give it another shot.
yeah, I feel like it's the same thing with Game of Thrones where people are like
Yeah,
not
yeah, I
true
can
to
see
the
that.
books. Yeah.
They kind of look the same too, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, they
Not
do.
a little bit of crossover there. A little less incest and murder though, and Lord
Yes,
of
a lot less, which is great.
the Rings. Well, as most people know, my second question is the fun question. I always look at here's a little fun fact for people who don't know this. I look up the fun fact question as soon as the person hops on the call right before we start. So,
Love it.
little behind the scenes for you.
Yeah.
This question is, ooh, what is your favorite piece of random trivia?
Um, wow, that's a good question.
I
I
think
feel
I
like
have one.
yeah, okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, I did have one. It's gone now.
Man, the ADHD be ADHDing
It
always.
really do. It really do. Man. Well, it was so good too. I was like, oh, this is a great question. I have one right up. Nope, gone.
Just immediately erased.
Dead on arrival.
Um, I feel like all of mine would probably be either something to do with like neuroscience or therapy or Lord of the Rings. And at the moment, I am struggling to pull up a good.
You know what? We'll come back to that question
Yeah,
later.
okay.
Let
All
if you
loading.
think about it, and if I think about it, we'll just
Okay,
randomly shout it out in the middle of the podcast,
perfect.
and
That
Now
sounds
people
great.
have something to look forward to when it's completely
Yeah.
normal.
Answer loading.
That's right. Well, let's get into some music questions.
Yeah.
Now, I want to start with, I call this the superhero origin story, if you will.
Mm.
Your personal superhero origin story. So take me back as far back as you can, as you want to, and really connect us you know, when you first got really into music, really connected with it. Bring us up to speed where you are today.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, like I was saying, starting in kindergarten, singing at graduation. I grew up in a really musical household. Um, my dad was always playing like 80s rock, and my mom always had either, like country Shania Twain or either Avril Lavigne, stuff like that. And then also a lot of classical music. So I feel like I was always just surrounded by music, even as like a baby.
Yeah.
And so I kind of got a start there of it just being like a part of everyday life. And I started writing poetry, which writing poetry as a young teen is interesting. It's
It
something that
is
is locked away forever. Um,
oh, you don't have any to share with us?
oh my gosh, I found the binder of them when my dad was moving out of his last house, and I was like, this needs to be put far, far
You're like,
away.
this needs to be burned almost.
Yeah, yep. It's funny for me to go look at, but that is like, no, 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 we don't go there. But um, as a teenager, an early teenager, one of my friends introduced me to a band called The Spill Canvas and The Used
Hey.
as well. Yeah, and those two bands were huge in kind of teaching me that poetry can be music and like can translate between the two because I feel like both of those bands are very poetic lyrically. They're not like stereotypical pop lyrics by any means.
Yeah.
Um, and so I asked for a guitar for Christmas to start kind of putting music to my poetry and yeah, started teaching myself how to play. And I really kind of found my voice and how to use it and how to write and sing and play at the same time in doing covers. So lots of really not great in the beginning, of course, covers and lots of like indie folk, actually, for sure. And in high school, I guess, is next, I was in like, as like a guest vocalist, I guess, for a pop punk band. So I got to play shows with them in high school, which was really cool and kind of a fun and more safe introduction to performing live versus just like going out there on your own and trying to do the thing.
Yeah.
And they also were farther along in recording and producing music as well. So I learned a lot from them. And yeah, then after high school, this is years later, I made an acoustic Christmas EP and
Nice.
a EDM producer heard it somehow. I mean, I think I had like 5 followers on SoundCloud and just wanted to make this thing.
Yeah.
And he found it and heard it and reached out and asked me if I wanted to write a top line. And I was like, I have no idea what that means. Like, no
Fair
idea.
enough.
But sure. And so I wrote that vocal for him, and he was a big enough producer that I kind of just launched my space in EDM. And I've been doing vocals and songwriting and dance music for 10 years now. This will be the 10th year. But
Okay.
dance music was never my goal. That's never what I thought was going to happen. I always
Yeah.
will be an emo kid, always loved alternative music. And now I'm definitely with this solo stuff, going back to that and back to kind of what feels like home with music.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. That was a great origin story.
Yeah.
Let's move
Long,
on.
long time.
Yeah. So, I like this question so much. I bring it up all the time now. And sometimes I push it to the front just because I like these questions so much. But what is your favorite and least favorite song you've released? Because
Oof.
on a tier
I
list,
gotta,
there's going to be one at the top and there's
there's
going to be one at
definitely
the
a
bottom.
list. I'm gonna pull up my discography really
I
quick.
see. Really, my
Um,
favorite part of that question
I
is the
think
least favorite.
of the yeah, yeah. I think okay, so breaking it into categories, the
Okay.
dance music stuff and then my solo stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so dance music wise, I think my least favorite, one of the very maybe one of the first like three or four that I ever did, where it's just like, oh, buddy, you've learned how to write and sing so much better than that. Like, oh, which is good because then you can see the comparison and the growth. But for me, I'm
Of
just
course.
like internally cringing each time I hear it. I'm like, oh gosh. Um, favorite EDM song that's been released is probably Homesick. It's definitely my biggest song. And also, it's just such a special one lyrically and one that I've been able to kind of perform in front of the most people and see like this crowd of thousands of people responding and singing your lyrics back to you is so impactful. Um, and favorite of the ones that I've released solo, I think Caffeine, the one that I just barely released so far, is
Okay.
my favorite. Yeah.
That is a really good one, by the way.
Thank you. I'm so excited to finally have that one out.
Well, of course, I have to ask the next fun music question, and that
Yeah.
is give me five influences, but I'm gonna mix this up a little bit.
Okay.
Three are musical, two are non-musical.
Okay. I think the non-musical is probably easier in some ways. Um, Queen of the Damned is a huge one aesthetically and also sonically. The soundtrack to that film is incredible. And Anne Rice's whole novel series I love as well as an influence. Um, and then I think maybe just like books in general, I draw a lot of inspiration and creative energy from. So lots of fantasy novels, obviously, being Lord of the Rings fan. Um, and then music influences or inspirations. Um, I mean, the stuff that I listen to, I still listen to a ton of the things that I did as a teenager. It's like The Used, Bring Me the Horizon, Pierce the Veil, all of that stuff will always be hugely inspirational for me. But then I love like Bad Omens and Poppy and Spirit Box and Sleep Token and kind of the newer sounds in those spaces too.
Okay. I
Yeah.
do really like Poppy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's
Incredible
coming
vocalist.
here soon, so
I
excited.
know. Oh, need to go to that. I know I missed Sleep Token and I missed Bad Omens both in the last year.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh,
Bad Omens is playing next week here, and I'm tempted to go.
I heard that it was pretty incredible.
Plus, it's got Beartooth and President,
Yeah.
which I really enjoy too. So
The Beartooth ad on that tour, incredible.
he got bullied off the internet, by the way.
That's so sad. For
Yeah.
what? I missed this. I am
Um,
chronically
pe-
offline.
people were clowning on Caleb Shomo for the new song.
Oh,
So yeah, he deleted his Instagram.
oh, interesting.
I was like, that's so rude.
That's so sad. Yeah, man, it's so hard. Like, I think people are so quick to forget that artists are human beings. Like, they're the same as us, man.
Yep.
Same as everybody.
But yeah, that was unfortunate. But they're still on tour, so
Good.
that's
Good for
cool.
him. I mean, if I could be off of social media forever and still have a successful career, I would definitely do it, I think.
I mean, to be fair, it's just his personal Instagram account, not his
The
Beartooth
band.
account.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
it
Very
does
fair.
help a little bit. A little bit of
Yeah.
disconnect for him, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I forgot where I was. Oh, I do remember where I was going with this. It's hardcore ADHD in today.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's the
I've been there
weather. It's
today.
been cold. So now that it's stupid warm, I'm like, I don't know what to do with this information.
Yeah, just want to be outside and do nothing else. I feel that.
Well, let's expand a bit from your influences to the stuff you listen to, but there's a twist to this too.
Okay.
I want to hear, I call it your guilty pleasures of music. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're embarrassed to listen to them or admit you listen to them,
Mm.
unless you are. In that case, I definitely need to hear that. But think of it as music people wouldn't expect you to listen to.
Hmm. I feel like what people wouldn't expect me to listen to. I mean, I listen to a ton of jazz and a ton of
Okay,
classical. My top artists on Spotify Rap this year were like Howard Shore and Beethoven.
that's cool.
That's what I listen to the most. Um,
Of course, it was Howard Shore.
I know, guilty. The freaking soundtrack is so good. I can't even be embarrassed for 1 second about that.
No.
I don't know. I love ooh, okay. I really like Harry Styles.
Okay. Okay. That's a
That's
good
maybe
one.
the most pop leaning that I go, but
Yeah.
Harry Styles is great.
He's got some good music though.
Yeah, very well written, and his voice is great. And yeah,
Yeah. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter was in my top five this year, so, or this past year.
nice.
So
I have yet to do a binge with Sabrina Carpenter. I need to.
I like the 80s synth pop kind of vibes she
Sure.
gives.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of 80s synth pop.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
I
like,
feel like there's a lot of that influence right now too in all different genres.
yeah.
Lots of synthwave stuff.
And I was a big fan of new wave music too, like Huey Lewis and the News.
Mm-hmm.
And is the Police new wave? I don't know. They're cool.
I don't know.
They're
Yeah.
British. No, that's all I
Yeah.
know.
Yep. That's yep.
And they don't tour together anymore. That's all I know.
Hate that.
Sting does play like a lot of the Police songs. He plays "Don't Stand So Close to Me" and probably "Every Breath You Take," and that's about it.
Hmm. I've never seen them live either.
No, I think the last time they played live was like 2010.
Oh wow. That's sad.
Yeah, I mean, don't
Too
quote me
long.
on that, but I'm pretty sure. Stuart Copeland plays, so he the drummer. He also composed music too. So
Mhm.
I think last year he went on a tour where it was an evening with Stuart Copeland, where
Oh.
he'd play songs from the Police, he'd play some of his compositions, and he'd talk about music and stuff. It was really cool.
Oh, that
I didn't
sounds
go, but
great.
I wanted to go.
Yeah, that sounds great. It'd be interesting to hear directly from, yeah, from the artist,
Yeah.
the different things too.
Well, let's talk a little more about your music. Let's talk about the
Yeah.
writing process because that's always my favorite. Everybody's got their own way of doing things.
Mhm.
But how do you go about it? Take me from the idea in your brain out to the music world released for everybody to listen to.
Yeah, I feel like no song is written the same way. Like each one is a different process. And maybe that is the ADHD speaking, but the inspiration, like sometimes I will wake up with a melody in my head and then record a voice note, and then we'll go back and kind of write lyrics to it. Or sometimes I'll wake up with a really cool set of lines and come back to it and put melodies to it later. But usually, like with dance, it's kind of a different process as well for if I'm doing a dance music feature versus my own stuff.
Yeah.
My own stuff, I get kind of like sometimes it's a fully fleshed out song, like it is the whole thing. And sometimes it's like a general idea of direction I want to go to the producer and say, this is what I'm hearing. This is where I would like to go. These are the elements. Here's the melody. Here's the lyric start, whatever. And then we kind of collaboratively finish it together.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then with dance music stuff, I've been doing it for so long that it's usually just like me by myself, kind of like humming random things until something fits and then writing out the lyrics, and there you go.
What a better way. There's really no better way to do it.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of my dad. I used to live with my dad, and he is so cute and was like, I we don't live together now, and he's like, I
Yeah.
miss hearing you like figure out what you're gonna write and hearing like the little puzzle pieces come into place and then hearing the whole thing put together and getting kind of the behind the scenes pieces of it. But
I mean, that is a pretty cool thing to listen to.
In my head, I'm like, oh, I am so sorry that I have been listening to the same 3 seconds on repeat for like 2 hours. But if you find it interesting, that's awesome.
Yeah, hey, to each their own, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think maybe it's just like the the desire to have a finished piece to show other people
Yeah,
versus the intimacy and vulnerability of letting people see the progress or the process rather of making the song.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, now we're on to one of my favorite sections. I call this semi-rapid fire questions
Okay.
because let's be honest, we're as music people, we're not very rapid about anything.
No, no, we are not.
So, we'll just take them as they go.
Okay.
This first question from our semi-rapid fire, a fan favorite. What song from your discography should a new listener listen to first? Because I have an
Mm,
idea of what it should be, and I'm sure
yeah.
you have an idea too.
Yeah, I'd say caffeine. It's definitely the most in alignment with where I'm going sonically and what the rest of the album and singles sound like and where my project will sound, and especially with transitioning out of dance music. I think that's the best example of going forward.
Honestly, I agree. If I were
Yeah,
to
I
pick
love that.
another one, it would be Feel Fine, though.
Ooh, good pick.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that one as well. I love that it's like the kind of grungy emo stuff
Yeah,
with dance music.
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, love that.
Well, the next one is what's something you're still learning about yourself as an artist?
I think how to trust myself. I think every artist has a little bit of imposter syndrome, even if it's masked in a bunch of ego. And learning to trust how I show up and that I am, yeah, I don't know how to explain, like that what I am writing and what I'm bringing to the table and collaborating with other people and releasing music and where I want to go and my vision and all of these things is it's good, you know, it's a valid thing.
Yeah.
It's valid to pursue. I am in a place in life where it's like I'm going to do it regardless, but there is still those feelings of like, oh man, this is a big world, and especially with the alternative stuff, like
Yeah.
releasing that song. What was it? 2 weeks ago now. I was texting Ian, my manager, and I'm like, I'm terrified today. Like, I have never been scared to release a song before. There's obviously nerves in general
Sure.
with releasing, but I'm like, man, this is the first time that I'm putting out the stuff that like I'm really, really excited about and I'm really proud of, and it's the direction I want to go.
Yeah,
And learning to be like, it's okay. Like, I'm good. I am talented. I am worthy of this space. Like, I've worked really hard to do this and kind of putting down the imposter syndrome a little bit.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's expand a little bit. I like these two questions. What is a song that you wish you wrote? Like out of
Ooh.
any song in the world. I always
Mm.
do Phil Collins is In the Air Tonight
Oh
because
my gosh. Yeah.
it's iconic
Iconic.
and let's be honest, the royalty check you probably would get from that
Oh my gosh.
is
How
huge.
many movies has it been in? Yeah,
Yeah.
jeez.
That's like a generational wealth type of song.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I feel like I've felt that in listening to different albums over the years. I
Yeah.
really, really liked, oh, what's the one on Halsey's? I cannot remember names to save my life
It's
because
okay. Neither can I.
ADHD. So I'm gonna pull this up.
Is it it's a is it a newer song or an older song?
It's off of the If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. Um,
I think I know what song you're talking about, but don't want to assume.
I think, yeah, I mean, I'm not a woman, I'm a god. That song is iconic and would have yeah, loved to, but also the tradition I think is so, so beautiful. Um, and then other than that, I'd probably say like the Taste of Ink by The Used would probably be my follow-up.
That is a good one. That's like iconic. The used.
It is iconic emo kid anthem for sure.
People who don't even know the used know that song.
Yep, and they play it like at the emo tours or whatever. What's it called?
Yeah, emo night.
Emo night? Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
Okay. Well, continuing that trend of talking about other artists, what is a
Mhm.
dream collaboration you'd like to do besides coming on the podcast? No, I'm just
Absolutely. Dreams are happening right now.
kidding.
Um, I think like really any of the bands that we were talking about, the current ones like Bad Omens, Bringing the Horizon, Sleep Token, even Poppy would be really cool.
That would be
Um,
sick.
but I think little kid me, like teenage me, would freak out to write with, you know, the Spill Canvas or the Used or somebody like that. But I think also Skrillex would be an incredible
That would be
collaboration. Like
sick.
he's just an incredible producer, insane songwriter, has been in the industry for so long, worked in so many genres that I think that would be really, really cool.
I think it would be cool for him to do something. Just as a little side note, I think it would be cool for him to do like a Skrillex from first to last
Yeah,
like
a collab album. Yeah, that would be crazy.
collaboration with himself, kind of.
Hmm. That would be amazing. I would love to. I think, didn't he release something from first to last in the last couple of years?
I think so. I know from first to last was supposed to do a short run of shows with who is it? I think they were supposed to do it with Kellen Quinn
Oh,
as
interesting.
doing the vocals.
Hmm,
Don't don't quote me on that, but
that would be
it was
wild.
either him or Vic Fuentes, but I'm pretty sure it was Kellen.
Hmm,
It was one of those two that sound the
that
same.
would be wild to hear.
Yeah, here it is. They collaborated in 2000, yeah, last year in September.
Yeah, there we
And they
go.
were scheduled to perform together, Kellen Quinn doing vocals for from first to last at Furnace Fest this past year. And then something happened and it didn't happen.
Sad. That would have been so cool.
Oh yeah, I was like, that's actually legitimately cool.
Yeah, Sleeping with Sirens, man, I loved that band.
You know, I really enjoyed that song that they did with Charlotte Sands.
Hmm. Yeah, she's done really well too. She's an incredible voice as well.
She's collaborated with what? That she collaborated with Sleeping with Sirens,
Hmm.
Under Oath, you know, I think Taylor Acorn, which fun
Yeah,
fact,
yeah.
I'll be having her guitar player on here sometime soon.
Awesome. That's
So
exciting.
sneak peek for everybody. Now, we've got some more fun questions for you.
Yeah.
Enough talking about Kellen Quinn. That man gets enough talk. If he wants to, hear more about himself, he can come on the podcast.
There we go.
Now, I do like this question. What is a song that you wrote that just never made the cut? Just never got released
Oh my gosh, there's so
and
many.
why? Give me one of them that has a fun story to it.
Hmm. Okay. This one, it did get released, but it went through a period of time where it wasn't going to, and we kind of revived it. So I wrote a top line for a producer, and it's a very emotional top line. And I'm very, very vocal about mental health and mental health awareness. And I wrote this top line with that in mind. And they just didn't really connect to it, and they couldn't do what they wanted to do with it. And so it just died. And a year or two, I think it was like a year later, so September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and it's my birthday month. And I always try to do something for that month. And I have always had, since I was like 16, I've had a goal of either partnering with or starting a nonprofit to help provide mental health care to people that can't afford it or it's inaccessible to them.
Okay.
So I wanted to, that September, I decided that I was going to partner with a local therapy practice to provide mental health care here in the state of Utah to people. And I ended up taking that vocal from backing up, I guess. So I knew that I wanted to partner with these people. And I
Yeah.
was like, I want to have a song release and I want to have merch and I want to have the merch fund this group. But none of the songs I was ready to release were kind of fitting. Like nothing was like about mental health. So I went back to my dead top lines
Okay.
library at the graveyard and found Easy and took it to my producer at the time and was like, I want to scrap everything about this in terms of instrumental, in terms of structure. Here's what I want to do. Here's the layout. I want it to be extremely vulnerable, extremely like just acoustic, stripped back, like you're sitting in a room with somebody. And it's it is probably the most emotionally impactful thing that I've done in a very, very long time. And even like re-recording, I think the vocal for that is it's a demo vocal. It's the first vocal, first take that we did, we used because it was so emotional to go in and put the intention of having this therapy group behind this song and what we were going to try to do with it. And yeah, it's a beautiful song. We ended up designing, my best friend and I designed merch around it. And then we also did a remix album package with that as well. So I think that's my favorite, like repurposing of a didn't make the cut song for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on a little further here. Do you have any pre or post like song rituals, show rituals? What you have any rituals that really get you into the headspace that you want to for music?
Um, for shows,
Yeah,
it's
let's do for sure.
I feel so bad because I'll eat a few hours before a show, but I won't eat right before. And then I get off stage and I am ravenous and I go full like blinders on shutdown mode if I'm super hungry. So people will be trying to interact with me or come say hi or take a photo or whatever. And I'm like, I can't, I need pizza immediately. I gotta go.
Yeah.
It's not anything other than just like I'm in full shutdown mode. But um I don't know that I have like a ritual before or after shows other than food as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Um, but I definitely think in terms of like writing and creating, I try really, really hard to build a life around creating, if that makes sense, where like you think of an athlete, if they're going to be competing or if they're demanding so much of their body, they build their life to support that. And all of their routines are supportive of this thing. So when I'm in a hardcore writing phase, I try to build my life around that. You know, I have like a good sleep schedule, I have really good nutrition, I have exercise, I'm getting sunshine and surrounding myself in creative things like drawing or painting or listening to music or whatever, but just building a life that is conducive to being connected to source and creating all the time.
Okay. Nice. Now, since we're on the topic of shows, I have to ask,
Yeah.
do you have a memorable or funny or both fan moment?
Yes, I do. No.
I'm sure you've got one for both.
Okay. Like as me as a fan or with
No, with people who are fans.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do. I was thinking of like me going to a show as a teenager being like fangirling over different bands or whatever. But when I played Groove Cruise a few years ago, um, in my sets, I usually take a second to talk about mental health and just like thank people for choosing to stick around and choosing to spend that time with me at the show, but also just in general for choosing to stay alive. And this fan came and found me later on after my set. I think it's the next day. And it's kind of intense because he showed me his self-harm scars and was like hearing you talk about these things and knowing that people in your position, which always is like feels weird to me to think about it being different, where I feel like I'm just all of us are just the same. We're all just hanging out, whatever. It's not necessarily fans or whatever, but um, hearing people talk about that is so impactful and helps me remember like why I chose to stick around and why I chose to pursue healing and how it's seen like the things that I was talking about and the things I talk about on social media and whatnot, and just hearing his story. I spent, 15 minutes just listening to him tell me about his life and his story. And I think that's my favorite part about playing shows is the real life opportunity to meet people and hear these stories. And like, I am honored every single time that there's a trust between the people that listen to my music and me, that they want to talk to me about their lives and their stories. And I don't take that for granted at all. It is such a beautiful thing with this listener base.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I do have a fun. I figured out my fun random trivia fact.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Did you know? I'm pretty sure this is right. If this is wrong, I apologize. But Paul McCartney is the only one to have a number one hit as a quartet, trio, duo, and solo artist.
Wow, that is a good fact.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was
What a
like,
freaking musician. Holy cow.
I know. And he's still putting out number one hits.
Wild.
Yeah. And then I have
Maybe
one
we
more.
should
I have
add
one more.
that to the list of like wish I would have written those songs.
Yeah, for sure. Metallica is the only band to have performed on all seven continents.
Really
Hmm.
interesting. I would have
So
never guessed that.
there you go. Two fun random trivia facts for you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I'm gonna steal those.
Yeah, please do. Because
These are gonna be my icebreaker things when I don't know what to say to people.
I like it. There you go. You'll convince people you know a, a lot more than you let on.
Yeah, that's great.
Because I do that all the time. I go, "Did you know this?" And they're like, "Wow, you're so smart." I'm like,
I just know fun
"Yeah,
facts.
yeah, I just know a lot of stupid fun facts." Well, ooh, do you have a fun venue moment? Perhaps a venue where things went interestingly, or it was like your favorite, or one where was I going with that? Where it's your favorite venue to play at. That's where
Um,
I was going with.
yeah, I mean, I guess like fun venue moment or memory when I again Groove Cruise that set. I my set was at 4 in the morning,
That's
and
wild.
yeah, EDM, the EDM shows and festivals, and especially the cruise ones, it's a whole different game. That is like 24 hours a day for 5 days. I'm
I
not cut
couldn't
out for
be up that
that.
early.
I know. Well, we didn't go to sleep. Like I just is, yeah, it was
Well,
wild.
I
But
guess I could stay up that late, but I'd be sleeping until 2 the next day.
yep, that's exactly how it was. But we ended up leaving LA on the cruise late, and so they were going really fast to catch up, and so it was so bumpy. I get incredibly motion sick, so I'm like, "Oh no, can I do this?" And I'm on stage performing, like jumping around or whatever, and the floor is like not where I leave it. Like I'll jump and like because the boat is rocking, I like
Yeah.
land, but it's a different position. And so I'm trying not to fall over while the boat's just like rocking all over the place at 4 in the morning with lots of heavy dance music.
That sounds like a great time to me. Sounds
Yeah.
nauseating.
Yeah, I was so sick. I got off stage and I was like, everybody's like, "Do you want to go get food? Do we want to hang out? Do we want to go to the bar?" And I'm like, I need to be horizontal
You're like, I don't
immediately.
want to do anything.
Somebody carry me to my bed. This is not happening. Yeah. It was interesting though. I mean, really, really cool to
Yeah.
perform on a cruise ship, but also, yeah, wild.
So you get motion sick in like the car too, or
If I'm reading or on my phone or something like that, I do, but I usually ask to drive in general. So,
Respect.
yeah,
I prefer not to drive, but I'm always the one driving.
gotta switch it up. Gotta get
I know.
somebody tagged in.
Exactly. Well, what is one lyric from your music that you just feel in your bones every time you hear it or sing it?
Hmm. I think it's probably from an unreleased song. Pull it up so I don't quote my own lyrics incorrectly.
They'll be like, that's not in a
Um,
song. No, I'm just kidding.
Man, it's so funny too. Total side tangent, but like on Spotify and whatnot, when they finally get the lyrics up and it's like not something that we do. I don't
Yeah.
upload the lyrics somewhere. It's just kind of there. And often it's like, that is so not correct. That is the farthest thing from what that line says.
Oh yeah.
Um, I really like the outro of what will be the title track of my album. And it just is I can't let you in. I can't let you know who I am. Can't let you under my skin or let you see more of me than them. So,
I like
yeah.
that.
And I
That is
think
good.
there's something about like how it's sang in the outro. And again, it was like a one take thing. And it's just so it gives me goosebumps every single time.
Yeah. Well, now we're gonna move on to a fun little segment that I've started doing on occasion.
Yeah.
I think it will fit with you. I'm gonna pick a celebrity or character, and you're gonna tell me what music you think they'd listen to.
Okay. I am really
And
bad with celebrity names,
it's
but
okay
we
because
got
I'm not
this.
picking a celebrity. I'm picking a
Okay.
character from Lord
Okay.
of the
Okay.
Rings
Okay.
because you gotta bring it full circle. So,
Perfect.
who do I want to pick though? I I could pick somebody really obscure, and then you know what? We're gonna go with the classic. We're gonna go with Gandalf, but we're gonna do two versions because there's
Okay.
Gandalf the Gray and Gandalf the White. So
Yes.
you
Okay.
gotta start with Gandalf the Gray. What do you think he'd listen to?
Um, Man, all I can think of is the scene where he's letting off fireworks in the Shire. And I feel like it's got to be just like something so upbeat. Maybe like,
I think he'd listen to Sounder. That's just
there
me.
we go. I love it. Perfect. Lighting off fireworks. Hell yeah.
I mean, light, eh, fireworks are kind of like an old school EDM show.
There we go. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just listening to the whole discography. Let's go.
You know what? I think it's perfect. Now, what would
I love
Gandalf
it.
the White listen to? He's a little more serious, he's died and come back to life.
I think he's listening to the Howard Shore soundtrack. Like, I think that he's just listening to ambient,
I think he
orchestral
hears it while
music.
he's doing.
Yeah, he's just real in character listening to his own soundtrack. I think that's probably
That's
pretty accurate.
perfect. I could almost see him be like, what? Like in
Yeah,
universe,
looking
like
around,
the music that's playing as certain scenes are
just breaking
happening.
that wall. Yeah.
He's like, where does that music come? Okay, whatever.
Yep. Absolutely. I can see it in my head.
Does anybody else hear that? No? Okay, just okay. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
That's perfect. Now, I got to do one more character
Okay.
because you can't have Gandalf without Saruman.
Ooh. Ooh, I think he's a Bad Omens fan.
Yeah, I think so too.
Some like really dark, emotional,
Yeah.
depressing, sad stuff. Yeah.
Well, I do know for a fact that Christopher Lee, the actor for Saruman,
Yeah.
did release a metal
Yeah.
album.
Yeah. What
So
a badass human.
I think it would be perfect. He'd be listening to Bad Omens. He'd listen to like old school Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got a good mixture of old school and new school.
Yeah, you can just like envision it being played in his tower.
Yeah,
Just
he's just like,
walking around like, yes, I am angry. I am sad.
an orc walks in. He's like, I wasn't listening to anything.
Nope, you didn't hear it at all. Nope.
No, he secretly listens to like girly pop.
There we go. It's like Barbie girl playing
Yeah,
full
it's just
blast.
dancing to Barbie Girl and an orc walks in, the record scratch
That'd be
off
an
with his head.
awesome. Yep. Yeah, for real. That'd be an awesome meme.
Oh, I think I gotta find a way to animate that.
Yes, I love it.
I'm gonna do it. I'll send it directly to you when I get done,
Perfect. I can't wait.
if I remember to even do it. If I have not done it by the time this episode comes out, or like give me a month after, somebody else do it for me.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta see it.
Yeah, in one way or another. Well, I have one last segment for you before we start to
Okay.
wrap things up. I call this the Dream Festival.
Ooh,
Now,
okay.
if anybody has seen, well, besides my podcast, the Downbeat podcast, you'll know back in the day he used to do Dream Festival. He still occasionally does it, but he said people didn't like it. I liked it, so I stole it. It's mine now. Come at me, Craig Reynolds. So, I'm gonna walk you through it,
Yeah.
but we're gonna build your Dream Festival. There are a couple stipulations.
Okay.
First one is you're gonna be playing.
Ooh, okay.
So that's the first stipulation. Second stipulation is if somebody's dead, they can come back to life, but you have to give me a fun, creative way that you bring them back to life.
Okay.
We can't be boring now. We gotta have
No, yeah.
fun with it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna break it into sections for you. So
Yeah.
so this is
Okay.
a little more digestible, if you will. And let's start with location. Where's it gonna be? It can be anywhere.
Hmm. Ooh, I think like maybe New Zealand
Okay.
or even maybe like the Pacific Northwest, even somewhere that's like very coastal, very like gloomy, but maybe during one of the drier months, so it's not absolutely pouring rain.
So like 2 days. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. We'll magically pick the days that it's not going to be dumping rain.
The 2 days that it doesn't rain,
Mm-hmm.
buckets the entire time. I
Yeah.
lived there for a year, so I know.
I have never spent time up there, but I really, really want to. I feel like
It's
I'll
fun to
just not
visit.
want to leave. I love the gloom.
Well, I went to California last week and I didn't want to leave. I was like, it's
Yeah,
so nice and sunny. I need the 280 to 300 days of sun that they get in
sunshine.
here,
Yeah. Yep.
which I found out after the fact. I was like, they have between 280 and 300 days of sun.
That is wild.
I'm like, I need that in my life.
Yeah, we did a family trip to San Diego in January, I
Okay.
think it was. And I was like, it's 30 degrees in Salt Lake, and I'm just
And you're
sitting in the at the beach. And I'm like, why do I live in Salt Lake? It's so cold.
real. That's how I felt. So I live in North Carolina
Hmm.
currently. In the future, I would like to live elsewhere where it's sunnier, 280 to 300 days a year. Not naming any specific places.
There, I was in Asheville. Yes, Asheville for a wedding a few years back in October, and the fall is so gorgeous.
It
Oh
is
my
really nice in the
gosh.
fall.
It is
It's the winter
beautiful.
that's not the fun part.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
It's
Yikes.
because the weather goes 80, 30, 80, 30,
Sure.
70, 65, 90, 20.
No
And
predictability.
you're like, what? Your body feels it because you're like, it's nice and warm. And then the next day you have to bundle up. I
Hmm.
can't be doing that.
Yeah.
I
I
like
don't know that
short.
I would like that.
The shirt has holes in it.
Yeah, I need sunshine.
Exactly. This was specifically for California, by the way. This shirt
Gotta
right
go
here.
back.
Exactly. I got an annual pass to Universal now, so
Nice.
and I didn't have
Exciting.
to pay for it. That was my birthday present.
Oh, that's amazing. I haven't been to Universal in like 20 years.
It's got it's got Mario Land now or whatever it's called.
Ooh,
So
fun. Yeah, I need to go.
you get to smack the yellow blocks like Mario.
Really?
and it
That
makes
would
a
be so
sound.
satisfying.
Oh yeah, it's like you hit it and it goes ding.
That's so
You're like,
cool.
yeah, I like Mario. And then the King Kong ride unfortunately was closed.
Oh, see, you gotta go back.
I know exactly. I fly free too, so
Yeah, no excuses. Gotta go.
shout out to my aunt who's a flight attendant. So, the next place or the next thing we have to talk about is the accommodations. What are we doing? Are we gonna stay in a five-star hotel? We gonna glamp out? We gonna
Yeah,
camp
I
out,
think
survival
glamping.
mode? Are we gonna bum it out with the bums? You know.
I think glamping for sure. For
Okay.
sure. Those like super nice glamping tents that have all of the accommodations, everything you need, like a shower and a bathroom and all of that, but still have like a hole in the top of the tent so you can look at the sky at night.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that'd be the way.
I think that's the way to go too. Especially since it's not raining during the days of our
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah. It's
So,
ideal situation. Look at the stars. Heck yeah.
now this is the most important part of a festival.
Hmm.
It's not the music, in case you were wondering. It's the catering.
Yeah, okay, of course. Food is the best part of anything.
I found out over my time doing this podcast that the most important part is that musicians are not musicians for the music. They're
So
musicians for the ability to go and find food.
I think
Musicians
that's
are just big
my
foodies.
yep, that's my existence in general. I love food so much and trying different food. Oh,
Well, what's the catering gonna be?
well, okay. Are we gonna I think okay, we're gonna have a multi-day festival.
Yeah, okay.
We'll have it be themed where each
Okay.
day is like a different cuisine and maybe we do
Ooh,
like Japanese food on one of the days, like some
okay.
sushi, maybe like a ramen option
I
or
do like a good
yeah.
ramen.
Yeah, I love sushi. I love ramen. Um, and then one of the days, I think Mexican food. I
Okay.
absolutely love some tacos, some street tacos. And then one of the days has to for sure be breakfast. Just breakfast all day.
I
Every
like
meal,
it. I like
breakfast
it.
foods.
So we're talking waffles,
Yep.
pancakes, the whole nine yards.
Pancakes,
Okay.
bacon, so much coffee. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Pastries.
Well, now it's on to the second most important part of the festival, and that's the music.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Definitely underneath the food, of
Oh
course.
yeah, for sure. I definitely found that out doing this podcast the most. People are like, food, I love food. I'm like, man, y'all like food more than you like the music that you like. Which
That's
to be
so
fair,
good.
that's totally fair. You do need food.
Yeah, and it's maybe it's like those are the things when you're touring that you can be excited about in different cities of like, let's go find this kind of food or go find whatever the best thing is in the city.
I mean, whenever I go to a new place, I always think, what's the spot?
Yep. Me too. Looking for a good coffee shop. Yep.
Like Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
There you go.
Out. Amazing chicken, amazing waffles. Love
I've
it.
never been.
And then
Okay.
here, I like South 21. That's a staple
Hmm.
here. So
I've
if you
never heard
ever
of that.
come through Charlotte, North Carolina, or
Okay.
somewhere nearby too, I think there's a couple others. Go there.
Heard. I'll have to do it. Okay, the music. I think we'll have different genres in
Of
maybe
course.
different days or different stages, whatever. Um, I think it'd be really cool to do like an indie folk, indie alternative stage and do like Hosier and Noah Khan and like Daughter, the band Daughter.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, people like that. Now I can't think of more off the top of my head. I lost it, but that genre.
that's that
Um,
ADHD.
I know. It's like thinking about, okay, I'm going to answer the next part of this, and the current thing is just erased.
Yep.
And I think I'll play each genre. I'll be involved in each genre, have a set in each one. So like indie folk one. And then definitely need to have like an alternative metal alt rock stage with, all the bands that we've been talking about for sure. I think having like Poppy and the Used and Bring Me the Horizon and Sleep Token and Bad Omens and like that whole selection of people for sure.
This is an expensive festival. It's
I
a good thing it's a
know.
dream festival with unlimited
Yeah.
credit.
Yes. Yes. And I'll play that stage as well. And then, hmm, what if the third section is like soundtracks? Where
I
it's like you
like it,
get
like
the
full
Queen of the
orchestra.
Damned. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Queen of the Damned soundtrack, some Lord of the Rings, like maybe Harry Potter. We get Game of Thrones, whatever. And you can hear a few songs from each of your favorite things.
I love it. Bring back all the composers for it too to come. Have Howard Shore, Hans Zimmer,
Yeah.
uh, John Williams. That's the only third one I could think of at the moment.
Have you seen Dracula, A Love Story, the 2025 one that came out last year?
I've not
Well, I guess
seen
it came
that
out
yet.
this year. It's really, really good. And Danny Elfman did the score for it as
Ooh,
well. And the whole time I'm just like, I didn't know that beforehand. And I was like, this feels so familiar sonically, like what's going
yeah.
on. And immediately looked it up and I was like, I knew it. I knew it.
I love Danny Elfman. He's playing
What an
louder than life.
incredible. Really?
I think he's playing all three of those major Danny Wimmer festivals.
That is so cool. I've never seen Danny Elfman live.
He
Would be
plays like some
crazy.
of his soundtrack stuff. He does some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then he does his kooky little main solo stuff that he does.
That's so cool. I love that.
Dude's a legend and a nutcase.
Absolutely. Very interesting human.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the festival.
Yeah. We might
Now,
have to cut some areas, cut some things
yeah,
down, but that's the dream.
yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be one of my favorite festivals that if it ever
Amazing.
becomes a thing
Someday.
someday when music pays absolutely nothing and you can pay
Yeah.
people you can pay all them people $2 and it'd be
Uh,
I know that's a whole conversation for another time.
yeah, for real. Anything to do with making money in music. Yes.
Yeah, that I'm gonna make that a special episode. Be on the lookout for it, people. Unless it's
Yes.
already out. I don't know. Well, that wraps up our podcast. I've only got three final
Amazing.
questions for you.
Okay.
Technically, I count this as one question. Plugs and shout outs. Plug yourself, plug your music, shout out to people you want to shout out.
Yeah. You can find all of my music on all streaming services. It's just SOUNDR.
What about
And
Roblox?
I don't know. Wait, what is it?
Roblox.
Oh, Roblox. I definitely heard that wrong, but that would be the coolest thing ever and would make me very happy.
Apparently you can you know the service DistroKid, right?
Yeah.
They have an option to release your song on Roblox.
What? How have I not known that? That's amazing.
It's like brand new as an
That's
option.
iconic.
I was like, that is the strangest thing and kind of the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, whole marketing campaign surrounded by or revolving around Roblox.
Yeah. I
That'd
want to
be
put it on
awesome.
Fortnite though. That would be cool.
There we go. I have a good friend that has done some songs for Fortnite and also Call of Duty, and it's always just fun to
That's
see. Fun
awesome.
to see their stuff. But yeah, Instagram is just I am Sounder, SOUNDR. Same thing with like Threads, Facebook, whatever. And yeah, listen to Caffeine, the newest release. And my shout outs, yeah, my manager Ian's the best. My friends and family support me. And yeah, just very grateful to be doing any of this at all.
Absolutely. Well, we only have one last question for you. And that
Okay.
is what song, I already have an idea, but what song from your discography do you want to have as the outro track to the episode?
We got to stick with it. Got to stick with caffeine.
I like it. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was a
Thank you for
pleasure to
having
have you.
me. Thank
And
you.
everybody, Oh, this direction. Follow on the social medias, Sounder. And of course, do the liking, the subscribing, the following. Comment what your favorite Sounder song is.
Yeah, let's
You made it
go.
this far. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Stomach full of caffeine pills. Unaware and I'm aware that bad things come in three. It's just me, you plus we, and I'm wide awake, adrenaline, searching for oxytocin. I like to be what you need. I'm just someone who cares. Begging on my knees, but no one's listening. 'Cause bad things come in three. It's just me, myself, and we. Will you pray for me? The Holy Trinity can't save me. I'm crazy, so won't you let me? Miserable, but I'm the best. Got complex or social stress. My problems come in three. It's just me, myself, and we. I got a problem with feeling. Anxiety is on the ceiling. I'll take what you feed to me.